Izzy's just the most sophisticated of the strikers. He's if you watch striking, if you're a person who likes striking and you like setups and stuff, what he's doing something very different because he's getting guys to move a certain way. He's reading you. Like you see when Izzy's moving around, he's reading you.
Yeah.
He's seeing if he can come forward with the right hand. He's seeing if you're looking at that right hand, he kicks your leg. Yeah. He's going to move out of the range of your power.
It's like he's thinking in 4D or something.
He's downloading all your data.
As Joe Rogan has already said, the last stylebender is one of the best strikers of the current era and perhaps the most dominant fighter of the new generation in the middleweight division. The world's best league noticed Izzy's potential already back in 2017, and since October 2019, Israel has been an undisputed UFC champion. Throughout his rich and vivid career, Adesanya oftentimes had to prove his worth and put impudent fighters in their place who desperately for such cases. Please don't forget about the likes, comments with 4 words, and subscribe to the channel. Here we go. We would like to start today's video with a rivalry that happened during the time of Israel Adesanya's ascension inside the main organization. In November of 2018, the last stylebender had a perfect record of 14-0 with 3 wins earned in the UFC. His next target on the way to the gold was Derek Brunson. At the moment, the latter was ranked number 6 and was going through a rough patch in his professional career. His resume accounted for 18 wins and 6 losses, and in the most recent fight prior to facing Izzy, the American lost to the Brazilian veteran Jacare Souza. Either way, he faced the uprising and promising prospect at the 230th event.
Israel, you're skinny, bro. Hey, you better lift some weights, man. You're skinny as hell. I'm not worried about you. I'm an All-American wrestler.
I might be the ugliest,
I'm gonna dunk you on your head for 3 rounds, bro, till I finish you.
Yo, check my Instagram again. I just hit him with another
nothing, bro.
And I got
Instagram mean nothing.
I think he's a lesser Anderson when talking about on the feet, and he doesn't have the ground game. I think he might be a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit sharper. But as far as like mixing it up and that varsity, I don't know if he has quite that pedigree. I think he tried to use his length more so. With Anderson, Anderson will get in your range, look you down, and he'll move his head. Adesanya try to stay long and try to keep you at his range. So not quite the striker, but young and confident.
How he foresees it going down. He says he keeps seeing submission in his dreams. What do you make of that?
That's funny because I never sleep on anyone's skill set, and I kind of like watch and I pick up, and I seen him go for like heel hooks, and I seen him throw up a triangle, and my jiu-jitsu is really good and really slick, so I can see myself submitting him, knocking him out, or just ground and pound him or controlling him. So I don't see a submission at all, but definitely not undermining it. I think I get him out of there in the first round. I think I finish him in the first round, whether it's take him down a couple times and then he's worried about takedown and I catch him with a left, or whether I take him down, trap his arms like Khabib, and I finish him. Because I'm the type of guy, when I take you down, I'm going to maul you. So I think I get him out of there pretty quick.
Wait, boy. Beat that ass. Way too skinny, boy. You too skinny. You're too skinny, boy. It's over for you. You're too skinny. I'm ducking you for 5 rounds and messing your face. Got it. Thank you. Wait for it.
Response of the future champion was concise.
Just another guy, and every other guy that fought kind of has something to say. Everyone believes in himself. If you don't believe you're the best, or you don't believe you can do this, why are you here?
Oh well, Adesanya passed the test with flying colors. To be honest, Derek's trash talk before the fight was a lot more entertaining than his performance at UFC 230. To be fair, it wasn't even a walk in the park. Israel easily defended all takedown attempts, timely caught him with counters, scored a couple of knockdowns, and finished the job with a brilliant TKO in the first round.
Just breathe, just relax, breathe. Don't breathe, panic. Just a lot of guys don't know how to control their chakra, their butterflies. So you just gotta breathe, relax, and experience. This isn't my first rodeo. This is 4 fights in the UFC in under 11 or 10 months. And I've been doing this for a long time, since 2008. So I'm not new at this. I fought in front of stadiums, 60,000, in foreign lands, and this is just another walk in the garden.
22 months later, Israel Adesanya was already in the status of a rightful and undisputed middleweight champion. He had one successful defense against Yoel Romero and was riding on a 19-fight win streak with 0 losses. The next victim in his way was the Brazilian prospect with the same 0, but with 13 victories in his professional career. Paulo Costa got his title opportunity on September the 27th of 2020 in the main event of UFC 253, and prior to the tournament, he acted rather rashly by not holding back any statements towards his opponent.
Did like Romero, more running. With this news, now Adesanya is the #1 fastest man on the world. I'm not care for Judge. Give some round for him, because I'm not going to take on this fight by decision. I'm training to destroy him.
I don't think so. Just his resume doesn't hold up enough. If you look at the guys he's beat, it's, I don't think it's going to be the greatest middleweight fight in history.
Israel said that he doesn't have a good enough resume. He hasn't fought high caliber fighters, and Paulo said, he fought Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks might have been at the end of his career, but back then people said, hey, he's not going to get through him. And he did, and he fought Romero, almost knocked him out, had a great fight, so it doesn't make too much sense.
I think the cage on Abu Dhabi will be the same. Will be the normal cage. It's not a small cage, I think. I don't know. But this really doesn't matter to me. I will reach him. I will cut the angles, cut the space, and get short on him wherever I fight against him. Doesn't matter on the normal cage, the small cage. I will close the distance and hurt him. That's my strategy. No, I don't remember that part, but I remember I saw you walking there on the hall of the hotel that we are. And but I thought this guy's working on Cirque du Soleil because he's so skinny, he's not look like a fighter. But after that, the people told me you fought one day before me, I think. But I really didn't know who you are.
This is the dialogue the fans really remembered. It was absolutely perfect. First of all, the mere fact of a fight between a huge Brazilian and a black guy with pink hair, who are the best fighters in the world. Then there are Paulo Costa's issues with English, funny cringe, and of course, mutual animosity.
He's dumb. He's dumb and he walks forward and he throws shots. That's what makes it really exciting, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this big, inflated ignoramus running up on me, trying to throw shots as I keep moving and sticking him. And eventually, when this gas tank runs out after the third round, put your away. This is ESPN. Mickey Mouse. Oh God.
Come on. Sunday morning. Yeah. I will fuck this guy up ahead of the game. Step 10 steps. I know you're scared. What's all this? You ain't gonna do shit. I know you're scared. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. We're good.
Indeed, if the fight between Izzy and Borrachina was as tense and exciting as their interview prior to the tournament, their rivalry would have been amazing. But unfortunately, the main event of UFC 253 unfolded in a one-sided manner in favor of the New Zealander. An unstoppable and destructive prospect from Brazil snapped in half after 8 minutes and 59 seconds. Adesanya showcased a clear difference in skills, exemplary performance, gave Costa his first loss, and successfully defended his championship for the second time.
Oh! Knockdown for Adesanya! Costa trying to recover! That is it! Wow! Still undisputed! Quick night at the office!
next rivalry of Israel Adesanya is a lot more notable in terms of energy and tension. Next, we will talk about the fight of the last stylebender with an Italian Brock Lesnar, Marvin Vettori. That bout took place in June of 2021 at UFC 263 and was the second one between these two athletes. In April of 2018, the stylebender fought Vettori for the first time and beat him via a split decision. And now, 3 years later, Marvin, who all the way through stated that the champion actually lost to him, actively tried to get Fortune's attention on his side. And when it happened, the fighter went haywire.
Just so you know, from now on I'll call you bitch or boy. Okay? Boy? You little boy.
Yeah, no, but he laughs, but he's gonna see. He's gonna see. I'm gonna settle the score once for all, and I'm gonna show the world who's the best middleweight around. Oh, my loss? That wasn't a loss. That wasn't a loss. But I mean, I learned a lot, like, just because, you know, like, training every day and, like, you know, competing with the best and, like, and you know, like I said, I don't believe nobody's hype. I wouldn't believe my own hype if I had any hype on me, you know. I believe on every day's training and me showing up in the gym and doing what I do. That's what I believe in. Like, everybody believes in on this guy's hype, and I'm here to just derail it one more time, once for all, and settle the score. And this is when he count the most. The same face that you had after, like, the John Blachowicz fight you had against me. The same face.
It's
like,
not the same face.
I don't know.
What same face?
I'll tell you this thing. This weekend, you will need the judges. We got Chris Lee out of there, but this weekend, you will need the judges. Oh, no, I'll show you the same. I will show you the same.
Please, bring
Trust
it,
me.
bring
Do
it,
your
bring
thing.
it.
What are you going to do? Try and sniff my jocks?
Bring it.
You're going to try and sniff my jocks for 5 rounds. But in the second round, you're going to hit the floor.
That's why you wear Puma.
You're going to be sniffing the floor. That plastered ass nose on your left side of your face. Since we last fought, honestly speaking, since we last fought, you can look at the stack of people he's fought and the stack of people I've fought. It's a vast difference. It's a vast difference.
You lost against Romero, you lost against me, and then you lost against Blachowicz.
I'll tell you one thing.
You beat Borachinya, that he was drunk the night before. That's who you beat? Great, wow.
Who have you beat? Tell me,
yeah,
who have you beat? Name 3 top 10 opponents you've beat. Name.
Listen, I showed up every
Exactly. You ain't got.
I showed up every
I can
single
tell you who I beat. All you know who I beat.
Fight with me, that ain't my fault.
Hey man, it's your fault.
Whoever that showed up,
because you don't run your own
Whoever
career.
showed up,
I run your career. I'm the narrative in your career. I run your.
Tried to ignore me, bitch. You tried to ignore me. Here I am.
I never ever that. Look at me.
You're fucking nightmare.
Try me now, bitch. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Try it again. Try me again. Look at him. You know what that's called? That's called roid rage. That's called roid rage. Try me again. That ain't caffeine. That's roid rage.
The story that he's been told about himself, it's all fake, and I don't like fakeness. You know, that's about it. In those situations where I can get pulled from the fight and things like this, I'm not gonna risk it. You know, you're not gonna see me punching the guy in the press conference or things like this. But like, I want to eat him with my eyes when I see him. I want to look through his soul and just eat him, like tame this motherfucker. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to eat him alive.
During hunting season, as was the case with the Brazilian, the only thing that matters is what you show in the main octagon. And in this aspect, the Italian encountered some problems. It seemed like Vettori adopted the tactic of looking for less trouble, which means avoiding damage, and not receiving damage is equal to winning. But unfortunately for him, real rules don't work like that. Being a contender, he is supposed to go after the champion's head and prove his intentions in the cage. In fact, the stylebender reduced the number of dangerous situations to a minimum and took the victory via unanimous decision with no issues.
I'm slowly starting to accept it as a great performance, but right now I wanted to punch him in the face more, but credit to him and his boxing coach. I'll say they improved their boxing a bit, so I think they thought that would be enough, but it wasn't enough.
And the last for today, concluding the topic about rivalries of Israel Adesanya, we cannot help but mention the main opponent in Izzy's career and how the last stylebender punished destiny itself. A mutual distaste, constant references, reminders and other stuff associated with stylebender's losses to Alex Pereira originated from old times and performances in kickboxing. As history taught us, the Brazilian Poetin happened to be the only fighter in the entire world who managed to beat Israel Adesanya via stoppage. While the New Zealander was building his legacy in the world's best league, Pereira conquered a couple of championships in Glory, got inducted in its Hall of Fame, and took the same path into the mixed style. In just 1 year, he successfully broke into the UFC and earned 3 wins in a row, after which he called out the champion.
Many people talk about my 2 wins over Israel Adesanya and say that was on kickboxing. Today I just beat the number 4 on the rank, so I know I earned that.
We know who's next, that Porha. Trust me, the first time I told you, it was an error on my part spamming right hand, and that was in kickboxing. But like I said at the press conference, next time I put you on skates, you're gonna get frozen like Elsa. I'll leave it at that.
On November the 12th of 2022, Alex Pereira shocked the world with his performance at UFC 281. He followed Adesanya to another sport, climbed the rankings, and dethroned him via TKO in the final round. But as it became clear later, it wasn't the end. It was only the beginning.
Well, this Alex says he's going to respond like this easy situation. If it was an easy show, right? It's a complicated situation because, you know, he's saying he don't know if he want to fight, want a rematch like that, because the fact that 3 losses, you know what I mean, lost the Bell MMA. Let's say that he loses again. What is he going to do? He's going to go up to a heavyweight. He's going to be fighting the guys under the first place. So, you know what I mean, for 2nd, 3rd on the rank, 4th. So, don't know if it's a fight that he really wants, because nobody know where we go from there, right after Alex win again.
He said, like, I don't think he's going to want an immediate rematch. I'm like, he doesn't know me.
Yeah.
I'll fight you until I beat you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'll be 60. I'll come to your favela. I'll knock on your door. My walking stick and be like, yo, you and me right now. Like, we need to go. Because that's just me. I don't give a fuck. Even if it's just 1, cool. I beat you.
How long?
I could beat him.
Well, I don't know about the expression, but I do know how to beat him. I do know how he fights. I do know how he works. So I do know how to beat him.
I'd say his recovery and his fighting spirit. That's something that I definitely felt like he surprised me with. But Saturday night, time for talking is done. I'm gonna show him my fighting spirit, and you all know I have that shit.
Finally came a long-awaited April of 2023. The main event of UFC 287 became a part of the fighting industry's history. Ultimately, the last stylebender lifted the Brazilian curse. Israel Adesanya knocked Poetin out already in the 2nd round and gave us a lot of emotions with one of the best celebrations in the title clash.
Joe, you only get 1 shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. And man, when it was my shot, I landed that, man, and I did it again, boom. And I see him hit the ground. And I thought about George Foreman versus Ali, because Engage, my fight wear brand, just signed with the Ali Foundation, and something in my head prior to this fight was like, if I have that moment, should I hold back like Ali did with George Foreman, the Phantom Punch? But I was like, nah, he wouldn't do the same to me. So I sent that from heaven. And I just landed on his head.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Leave your opinion in the comments below. Do you think that Israel Adesanya needs a rematch with Alex Pereira, and why? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you believe that Marvin Vettori did not lose to a champion in the middleweight. And of course, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. See you soon.